Lucky Land Casino, asking people, what's the weirdest place you've gotten lucky?
Lucky? In line at the deli, I guess?
Aha, in my dentist's office. More than once, actually.
Do I have to say?
Yes, you do.
In the car before my kids' PTA meeting.
Really?
Yes.
Excuse me, what's the weirdest place you've gotten lucky?
I never win and tell.
Well, there you have it. You can get lucky anywhere, playing at LuckyLandSlots.com. Play for free right now. Are you feeling lucky? No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Okay, round two. Name something that's not boring.
A laundry? Ooh, a book club. Computer solitaire, huh?
Ah, sorry, we were looking for Chumba Casino. That's right, ChumbaCasino.com has over 100 casino-style games. Join today and play for free for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. ChumbaCasino.com. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Thanks for tuning into our podcast. We love having you here, and it's our mission to bring you all the latest and greatest tips, skills, and know-how to make you the best that you can be. We know that you have it in you, and we're going to show you how. Now, let's get started.
This episode is powered by Poddex.
Thank you for tuning in today. You are now listening to That Will Never Work podcast with your host, Maurice Chisholm. Family, thank you for meeting up with me today. Let's talk, really. Let's talk about what is one thing that you believe people get confused when they're talking about their business, when they are talking about what they believe in, when they're talking about putting themselves out there. You know, it's funny because people talk about, I got to work on my brand. I got to work on my brand. I got to work on my brand. Well, I wonder if people really understand what that means and understanding what is a brand. And a lot of times, I believe people get a brand confused with marketing. So marketing and or advertising. And so when it comes to marketing, a lot of us knows it is your logo. It is, from advertising, it's your flyers, is where you're putting it, being placed. What's your promotion? Okay, I'm sorry, Lord. Let me go through the marketing P's, I guess. It's product, price, place, promotion, and people, right? So when it comes to marketing, a lot of times people look at that as far as branding, right? And, I have to get my brand together. So branding is a bigger picture that marketing falls up under. Branding is a bigger picture that logos fall up under. Advertising falls up under branding, if you will. But also branding, when it comes down to it, brands have reputational assets. Things that bring value to your organization. And we'll get into advertising, marketing, and logos later, right? But let's look at branding from another perspective. A brand is a person's gut feeling about a product, service, or organization. That's by a Mr. Marty, right? So that's what he considers branding. And one of the elements of branding, which I believe is one of the most important aspects of it, is trust. A lot of times, we don't put enough emphasis on whether or not people can trust us, right? And I think that's why organizations like nonprofits and churches are not, when they're not understanding branding, is because people are not able to trust them in certain situations. And Maurice, why you ask that, especially why them? Because unfortunately you have way too many, the church more especially has had more than enough moments that people have talked about them, whether it's in comedy or the news or things like that, where they talk about people are stealing the money and things like that. And because of those places where they're supposed to be helping people, I think those are the things that damages trust, because they're supposed to be helping people and not for them to be looking out for themselves. So trust, if you go by definition, right, is a firm belief in the reliability, truth, ability, or strength of someone or something. And that's a mouthful right there. Are you able to have a firm belief in the reliability of someone? Believe that they are telling the truth, have the ability or the strength that, in someone or something. That's not always easy to do. That's not always easy to build. And that's over a period of time. You can't have your brand right out the box. Now, some people have been working on themselves for a long period of time. So by the time they actually have a real organization, they've already built up the brand because they have already been working in said field or fields, opportunities, whether they are volunteering or giving out food, whatever it is that they're doing, they have built up a reputation of themselves. So what is it that when people say your name, what is it that comes to their mind? What is it that sets you apart from other individuals? That again, when they say your name, it's nothing but positive. Now, that doesn't always mean that everything has to be positive. Not everything, but the positives outweigh the negatives. So let's talk about some things real quick on how to build your brand on this place called trust. So one of the things that I believe is very important is being respectful of others' time. A lot of times, because we're so caught up in doing other things, being other places, that we do not respect the time of other individuals. There is a level of responsibility we have for being respectful of others. And most importantly, their time, because they could be doing something else. I can't tell you how many times people have been late for a meeting and I'm ready to go. Like unfortunately, I'm impatient to some degree. So if you're 5-10 minutes late, I have a problem. And I try my best to get through it. I could grin and bear it, if you will. But a lot of times I have a problem with that. And so I try my best to be on time. My clients could tell you, if I say I'm going to be there at 12 o'clock, I'm normally there at 11:30. Sitting in the driveway, and they're like, Maurice, you can come in right now. And now, mind you, you might say 12 o'clock, that's not bad. Well, when you have 8:30, morning meeting, and I'm sitting in the parking lot at 7:30, and they're not even ready yet. I think you could just have to be respectful of their time. And mind you, though that time that you're taking, sitting out there, waiting, gives you time to get yourself together. One of the other things I would like to say in respect of time is meeting deadlines. Are you able to meet people's deadlines? I think that's really important of having people to trust in you that you can get things done. Now, understand that certain situations, and you have to read the room, be able to read the room to say, you know what, I need to, I'm going to meet this deadline, but I'm going to only meet it halfway because I need some more time. But you have to at least have something for that individual, or contact them before the deadline and say, hey, can I get an extension or whatever it is? And so the next thing about that and saying that is being honest and transparent that, hey, you know what, this particular project is going to take me a little longer than I anticipated. This particular project is challenging, it's rewarding, but it's challenging. Can I make a difference with this individual? And also being honest and transparent with yourself, whether or not this particular project you can actually handle, and determining whether or not they can wait on you or not, again, being able to read the room. And so with that being said, now that you've been open and honest and transparent, they say, you know what, Maurice, let's go. Let's, make it happen. And that's all because of me being a great communicator in some ways. Try to write your emails and or anything else in a very professional manner, not using too many lingo words, if you will, abbreviations, things like that. Industry, because sometimes even industry terminology works and sometimes it doesn't, because everyone does not understand it. Even when we use the word branding, again, it's interchangeable with marketing and people don't understand the difference. So if I say branding, people are looking at that and saying, well, what is that? All right, let's get this logo done. All right, let's get some flyers done. But there's more to it than that. And sometimes people don't want to deal with that. And because of that, I think these are some of the things that we just need to, as we're building our brand and building trust. These are just some key elements of being respectful of people's time, meeting deadlines, being honest and transparent, writing letters and emails in a very professional manner. Also, building trust. When people are doing their research, they, share some of your testimonials and work samples, and also ask for honest feedback and try to find ways to implement that as you move forward. So I thank y'all very much for listening today. Keep in mind, there is a difference between branding and marketing. Marketing is just a part of branding. Talk to you later.
Loved what you've heard on this week's episode? Well, the answer is simple. It would mean the world to us if you could head over to iTunes and leave us a 5-star review and feedback. Spreading the word really is the best way to grow our podcast and achieve even greater things. Thank you.